Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. There are several layers here of consciousness that would react differently to this. Not the message, but the event. And one group will fold their arms, open their eyes and watch, and they will say, "This is a fraud, cannot be, doesn't fit into the box I was trained to believe is reality." And that is what they will perceive. And they walk out of the room. And that is the belief that they wish to have. And as they walk out, the same number of angels will walk out with them that walk out with the healer, because there is no judgment, dear one, of your perception. It is part of why you're here, to see whether or not you are able, willing, or ready to entertain the idea that inside you there is a piece of Creator. At a time when the earth is 80% positive that the afterlife exists in some form, it is an acknowledgement at the basic intuitive level that there is a soul. How the soul is made up, what it is involved in it, that is a mystery. But they know that when they die, there is more. The proof is elusive, for humans do not have a tendency to come back naturally. Oh, they'll come back. They'll leave messages to their loved ones in dreams and signs, but not to the public. So when you are interviewing those who have lost a loved one, they'll say, "Yes, I feel him or her in my life. I saw this sign. Yes, I had a dream. All is well." And others will look at them, including psychologists, and say, "Well, that is normal for a grieving mind." And then it's up to you to decide whether it is real, is it not? Another level in this room is deciding whether this is real. Their box is not cemented, closed, or open. It is in that place where they are involved in, could it be that the message that I'm hearing is not from a human being, but from another process, perhaps even a system that is from the other side of the veil, a loving one, not in judgment, talking through the human on the stage. And then there are those who, as soon as I open my mouth, know where they are. A portal opens in the pineal of their brain, and through the human filters, it allows them to see the colors internally, sometimes externally. And again, the hand reaches through the veil and holds theirs for a few minutes. And they know that they are part of the creative source of the planet. They have done this many times before. They have sat and watched this. They have heard this. And they are tuned. The tuning that they have, and they've non-judgmental. Long ago, they have decided that there is a third language which speaks to them apart from the man in the chair. It gives them encouragement about who they are and why they're here, and promises that every single time that they want to, that hand will come through that place that they know is themselves. And in the process, there is healing. And in this room, there are those who have been healed. Not through the process of the hand holding, but in the process of empowerment. And they've discovered that the healing source is the great Creator inside them. There are many humans in the room who are fine-tuning themselves to the central sun, that creative source, which is starting to enhance the very DNA in your body and make it more efficient. It is ready for it. It sounds very esoteric, but it's true. That humanity will now evolve spiritually, slowly, beginning with the old soul on the planet, and there are many of them in the room. And it happens at such a frequency that it is unsettling to normalcy. The old soul, by definition, is one who has been through what I would call the ringers of life. Life after life after life, dealing with the same issues as an old soul. Those around them who discard them because of what they believe. Even some who have been killed for what they believe. Some who have been cast away for what they believe. There are old souls walking around in this city who want what they know is possible, and that is to feel the love of God, and they would never be in a meeting like this. But they found their place to sit and worship. And blessed are they who would find the love of God in any way and sit and enjoy what they know is real and true. There is no judgment. How you find it, dear ones. And all of those old souls are opening themselves to shift. And the shift will be in their spiritual evolvement, this lifetime and beyond. The door that is opening now is one that stays open for the next incarnation. Did you hear that? It stays open. This is the difference from the old to the new energy. In the old energy, old soul, every single time you arrive on the planet, you awakened and had to go through it again. And this time, what you do this life through these new years, past 2012, according to all the ancients, this time, you change the parameters of the Akash. You are shifting the DNA itself, and it's more than Akashic remembrance. It becomes Akashic inheritance. And the next time you find yourself on this planet, you will awaken to what you know now. And it will be intuitive to you. And by the time you are 11 and 12, you will know who you are. And even before that, your parents will be astonished, if not irritated, that you know who you are. And they will try to drag you to certain places of worship, and you will know better because you know who you are and you know what you want. And in this, there will be full remembrance, and you will pick up from where you were and continue this spiritual evolution. Do you know what it means to this planet to have that kind of Akashic working differently? It means that through 3 generations, perhaps even 4, but there will be peace on earth because the old soul will not allow it to be otherwise. Does this make sense to you? It should. For there are old energies that decide that solutions require that you must kill other human beings. What kind of solution is that? I'll tell you, it's an old energy solution that has been with you for eons, and it's going to go away. You can see it start to go away. With so many on the earth deciding it's not what they want anymore. And you're seeing it in the Middle East, profoundly in the Middle East. Countries which seem to be stable, or at least run with an iron hand, who are now objecting and objecting and objecting. And there are only a few. You should see the rest of them. Just wait. And isn't it interesting that it does not necessarily directly involve Israel? Because that was the prophecy. They're doing it on their own. This planet of yours, if you watch the news, would seem to be in distress, and there would be those who would say, nothing has changed. Humans killing humans. Tune into the news, nothing has changed. And I will challenge that, and I will say, the change is why. And when you see this kinds of change, you're seeing humans decide to clean up the governments, the systems, the economies, and put integrity where it should be for the first time. This is the cleanup. Slow, very slow. The human filters will get in the way. There will be those who will not see anything but a primary force that's always been in their family, and that is what they inherited, and they will go to their death believing that. But the young people are starting to shift, and they are seeing other ways, objecting to what their parents are telling them they should do, who they should hate. Even in this country, you're starting to see it in the economies, in how you treat one another. It's slow. There are no exempt humans. But the old soul is realigning to it. And as my partner says, it is a difficult year. The realignments create discomfort because they're out of normalcy. And there are those here in the room that say, I can hardly wait for 2014 and it gets back to normal. I have news for you. Normal is changing. All you're doing is aligning to a new normal. And the new normal has you vibrating higher, and now you know why you're not sleeping as well. It's hard to sleep when you're vibrating higher. You have to get used to it and adjust to it. When all the cells in your body are starting to shift, chemicals are involved. All the 3D machinations of how they interact with one another. Every once in a while, they decide to hiccup a little. And you've seen this. You don't feel good. Immune systems get low and then rebuild themselves. You're not alone, dear ones. There's more than one or two in the audience who've had this issue. Believe me, I know who you are. I know who you are. And I say that in the most loving way possible. Why you've come all your lives up to this point. I know your spiritual name and light. It's no wonder that we would like to meet each other like this. I'll be back. There'll be more. But until then, again, I remind you, things are not always as they seem. And so it is.